Hello everyone, welcome to a new process video. I am working through my Munich series still, so I'm doing 6x8 pocket pages, all photos from around Munich, Germany. So this is what I have today. This side I've actually already picked out the journaling card. I think this one is going to work the best with these photos given what I already have, but I think I want to do something else with it. I don't know if I want to stamp something on the bottom or up top, I don't know. But if you can see, I have all these kind of gold, yellow type things featured in these photos, and this is actually a postcard. We did see the Glockenspiel, but I didn't get a good close-up photo like this. We were just standing too far back. So I found this in one of the gift shops and I thought, well, that's perfect. So I'm going to use that on this side. And because there's that gold or yellow in all of those, I thought, well, I have gold ink. Could I work something in with that? I'm not sure, but it's an idea I have. We'll see where it goes. And then on this side, I need some background paper. I'm a little nervous about selecting that because there's a lot going on here. A lot of different colors. If you look closely, there are patterns in the people in their outfits. There are different kinds of brick or stone here. And so I want to be careful in what I pick out because I don't want it to detract from these beautiful photos and all the lovely details that are in there. So that is what I'm starting with today. I think the first order of business is to find this background paper, and then I'll move to the left side and deal with those photos. So I have found a piece of paper I think that may work with this. It is busier than I anticipated, but I'm really trying to work with what I have. I don't want to have to go out and buy something special if I can avoid it. So I'm trying to work in my stash, and I think it'll be okay. It is busier than I intended, but I think I can make it function somehow, because I'll either do maybe another layer in between this and the postcard, or I can work in some washi or something that will bring in some of that color and tone down that pattern. That's the intention anyway. I don't know if I'll be able to execute it, but I'm gonna try. I found this piece of, I call it banana, I guess, banana colored cardstock. It has a slight texture to it. I'm not sure if the camera can pick that up, but I'm wondering if I can use this somehow on the right hand side. It is slightly larger than 6 inches across. It's probably 6 1/4, I'm guessing. But I could cut it down to make it even with the width of the postcard and just do a little strip, top and bottom, or maybe just one or the other, just to bring in some of that yellow. And then maybe I could work it in somewhere over here or find some other element that's yellow. But I think I'm going to cut it down and at least try it with one strip, maybe two. I did cut the yellow strips, and it turns out this postcard is not a true 5x7. It's weird sizes, so it's slightly smaller than 5. But I did measure, and I cut these out, and then I went 1/4 of an inch wide. And I do like the way that it looks. I think it does bring out some of that nice yellow. Oops, which way did I have these? I think I had it that way. Yeah, that looks right. So I do like it. That doesn't leave me a lot of room to do anything else with this unless I put something like down here where there's some dead space. But I like it enough that I think I'm going to adhere it. So that'll at least get me started. I can always add more or not. So when I was off camera, I got the brilliant idea to stamp on that journaling card that I had here. And I wanted to try my Brilliance Galaxy Gold ink. It's a gold metallic if you've never used it. This is what it looks like. It is gorgeous when it's done correctly. However, on my scratch paper, I thought it looked fine. But when I stamped it on here, you can barely see it, and I don't like it. I got it crossed on the line there. It says, here's the story. I was using this roller stamp from Amy Tangerine, and I don't like the way that it came out. So I have to adjust that. I don't want to scrap the whole card, scrap meaning throw away. I don't want to get rid of the whole card. So what I think I'm going to do is try to salvage it. I found another piece of this yellow cardstock, and it's just big enough where I can cut it down to a 3x4. I'll have to trim this a little bit and trim off the part where I stamped, but then at least I can put it on the yellow. It'll match what's over here, and I can still use the journaling lines that I like. So I took the card and I trimmed off 1/8 of an inch on both sides, so it will be even. So that equals 1/4, and then I took off 1/4 inch at the bottom too, just so that this would have an even border all the way around. So this isn't how I intended this to look in the beginning, but it'll be fine. I've made it work, I think, so I will adhere that. And then I really almost feel like I shouldn't mess with it after this point because that first attempt did not go well. But I don't know, we'll see. So there, at least it's fixed, it's still usable, and it'll be fine. So at this point, I know I do want something down here. I just don't know exactly what that is. And then I need something up here. There's too much dead space. So I'm going to go back into my stash and see what I can find for that. I found something in my stash that I think will work up here. It's this little phrase here that says, let's explore. And this green color kind of matches what's in the Glockenspiel there and over here, which is fantastic. I love it that it matches. Sorry if you heard that. It's my cat jumping around on my shelves behind me. All right. However, I know I can tell just by looking, this is too long. It's not going to fit there. So I'm going to have to cut off some on this end for sure. And I'm probably going to have to cut this off and then make a new pennant tail there because this is a beautiful building and I really don't want that top covered up. So I will adjust it as needed. All right. I cut off some of the green on both ends and made a new pennant ending there, and now it fits. So I can adhere that since I know I want to use it. And I am going to put a little, if this will cooperate here, a little mini staple in there. What's the deal? Sometimes I get little kind of adhesive boogers on here and it keeps it from working. I don't see any though. Sometimes I just spin it like that. Let's see if that works. Sometimes it gums up apparently for no reason. There, now it works. I got a little bit on the front. There we go. All right, and I want it just about there so that it doesn't quite touch the side of the building. And then I can put in the mini staple. All right. So now we have that one. And there isn't really room for me to do anything on this one. If I did something here, it could only be down at the bottom because I don't want to cover up any of this. And I think that would be too close to where it says today. So actually these will probably get left the way they are. So that leads me back to this page. What else am I going to include on this one? Two things about where I am with this layout. As I was looking at this off camera, I don't like these next to each other. The yellow is too close. So I think I'm going to switch this because there's only a little bit right here. And then those yellow pieces are a little bit further away from each other. So when I look at it like this, I do like it, but then I have this and this. Nope, these can't be on top of each other. They're too similar. Well, shoot. Let's put them back. Can I live with it? No, I don't like this. So I think it's going to have to be like that because even if I switch these, it doesn't solve this problem. So nope, it's going to have to stay. I'll have to get over the yellow business. And speaking of yellow, here's the other thing I found. I have these pieces of flair in my stash, and there's this one that's yellow. And it says travel life. Now, I don't know that the phrase works 100%, but the color would, I think. And maybe it'll draw away some of the emphasis on the yellow over here. So I think I am going to use it and adhere it probably down in this bottom third here. So I have adhered the flair, and as I was doing it, I realized it actually does work. Travel life will work over here because the story that I'm going to tell will work with it. We didn't actually get to see the Glockenspiel spin. We assumed because it was summer, it's high season, that it would go off every hour, and it doesn't. It only goes off, I think, 3 or 4 times a day. We were standing there Googling it, and we were not close to any of the times. We would have had to wait quite a while, and we had other things we wanted to do. So I'm going to tell that story. I think that it was gorgeous, but we didn't get to see the spinning part. And you know what? That is the travel life. Sometimes things don't work out exactly, as you planned or as you had hoped, and that's fine. So I think that will actually work. So then it's just, do I want to layer anything else around it? Am I done with these? Do I want to add some extra pieces or splatter or anything? So I'm going to think about that, and then I'll be back. I've decided that I do want to have some little splatters here, but I don't want to do the gold Heidi Swap color shine stuff. I'm just going to keep it simple, and I'm going to stamp some of that on there. This is an old Stampin' Up! Woodblock stamp I've had forever, and I'm going to use the Smoky Slate from Stampin' Up! I did the stamping on the card, and I also, let me show that first. So there you can see a little bit right there, there, and there. And I also decided I wanted to bring in that touch of gold, a little bit of shiny. So I found a little gold chipboard star and put that on there. But then I also decided to do the stamping over here, just a hair, and then there's a little bit over here, just so that this wasn't so bright yellow against all of this. And I'm happy with that. So I think I'm going to leave this. It doesn't need anything else. So here's another one done for Munich. Thanks for watching.